Finally, some level of competition for NBA 2K. It all starts with an idea. I know some of you folks, in regards to basketball gaming, all you know is NBA 2K. Well, I've been around long enough to know that there were games that dominated the market prior to NBA 2K, even prior to NBA Live. One game that comes to mind is Double Dribble. You guys look it up, Google it, and you'll be astonished at what once reigned supreme. I've gotten to see NBA Live corner the market just like NBA 2K has the market right now. I also watched NBA Live collapse and fold to NBA 2K. I watched the rise and fall of NBA Street and also watched the rise and fall of NBA Jam. What I'm basically saying is there's no gaming company that's completely untouchable. And this is why it's important that developers and gaming engineers continue to innovate and continue to try. One of the biggest complaints from 2K players is that NBA 2K has zero competition. A lot of 2K players feel like NBA 2K is complacent because they have the market cornered. A lot of us feel like they just don't put their best foot forward over the last few years, delivering an NBA 2K with lackluster effort. Now, I do believe that the NBA 2K devs work hard, but I feel like they're currently being misguided because the NBA 2Ks that we have received on new gen consoles are far from up to par. In regards to gameplay, at best, a mediocre experience compared to what we once had. NBA 2K25 in particular, zero skill gap, engagement optimized matchmaking, overall creates an inauthentic and manipulated gameplay experience. Dynamic difficulty sliders, RNG, and the slingshot effect completely minimize and undermine your individual impact on any particular game, completely disregarding your individual skill or the amount of time that you invest in practicing to get better. Now, to keep it a buck with y'all, I'm out here playing NBA 2K25 daily with our Discord community, oftentimes getting the opportunity to get on the court with players who have a variety of skill levels. With my experience on NBA 2K25, I've seen players have a ton of enthusiasm about the game, and on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, players are completely dissatisfied with their gameplay experience. With NBA 2K25 in particular, I've watched so many hardcore 2K players just turn their back on the game, no longer loading up or even considering playing. NBA 2K25 more casual friendly than ever before, but oftentimes in NBA 2K25, even the casuals aren't completely happy with their gameplay experience. One of the main reasons why I refer to NBA 2K25 as casual friendly is mainly because there's no skill gap separating casuals from competitors. I remember back in the day, let's say, it probably ended around NBA 2K20, where casuals couldn't even consider hopping on the same court as a comp player. Everybody knew their place, the comp community stayed within their own lane, and the casual community stayed within theirs. And if they so happened to meet on the same court, gameplay put everyone in their place. It just so happened that some players took the game more seriously than others. But as seems to be the case in NBA 2K25, no matter how serious you take this game, all players on the court relatively end up looking the same. A player who solely uses the left stick to dribble up and down the court could be just as effective as someone who has mastered dribbling and stick skills. What I'm basically trying to say here is that 2K has left way too much room for a competitor to come in and take a huge portion of their player base. Now, I'm not naive. Any gaming engineer or competitor of 2K is gonna have to have a huge amount of financial resources, considering if they want to have any type of NBA licensing. I want to help give you guys some perspective. For a basketball game to have NBA licensing, the NBA will take about 10 to 15% of what you bring in. In regards to NBA 2K, that 10 to 15% runs to the tune of about $2 billion. But the question that I pose to you guys is, how important is that NBA licensing to have a good basketball game? Is it possible for a gaming developer to create a successful basketball game without an NBA license? Thinking more on the lines of a Pro-Am type of basketball game, 5v5 Pro-Am, 3v3, creating a game that allows you to play in legendary park environments, allows you to create a My Player, a game with very similar characteristics as NBA 2K minus the NBA license. Is it possible that something like that could be successful? Would the 2K player base give it a shot? Would the 2K community even consider an alternative option to basketball gaming? That leads me to this post that Jay Callie Wood added me on. A post from Compete Gaming, developing a new basketball game that some of you guys may be interested in.
Compete Basketball is a new free basketball game that we're developing for the Compete gaming platform. And one of the biggest questions we get is, will there be RNG in the basketball game? The answer is absolutely not. You will have the same shot timing window if you're wide open. You can get a perfect shot every time if you know your jump shot. The shot timing window you receive is based upon your attributes and the coverage of the defender. The window will obviously get smaller depending on how well you're defended. But if you have the attributes, the traits, and your defender doesn't have those attributes and traits, and you know your jumper, you can still hit a perfect shot in someone's face. Additionally, there's no weird momentum or slingshot algorithm where all of a sudden you can't make shots because you're winning by too much or something dumb like that. Our goal for Compete Basketball is to limit the randomness and make it a more skill-based game. It's a big talking point amongst the team while developing this game mode. We're listening to you and we're developing the game with you here on TikTok. And check out our profile for some gameplay and to learn more about the Compete gaming platform, because we're already in early access with other fun games like Battle Royale and Kart Race.
In spoiler, we're also developing a basketball game. Each game has a unique player builder with physical and skill attributes that you choose. Then the goal is to get your player from 50 overall to 99 overall. And you don't have to spend in-game currency to upgrade your player. Also, there's the ability to assign traits. There's cool modular customization for your player, a monthly battle pass called the Ticket that works across all games, and we have a free seasonal ranking system called Fame that unlocks the rarest cosmetic rewards on the platform. Compete is free to play with cross-play and cross-progression. You can also trade your game items. Some of them have even gone for hundreds of dollars. Compete is in early access on PC, Android, and iOS. Consoles are in the works. You can learn more about each game and download Compete now on our profile.
Is it possible these could be the first steps toward finding a competitor for NBA 2K? Now, I want to clear up any misconceptions, because I'm personally not ignorant or naive. The fact is, the 2K community is really high maintenance in regards to basketball gaming. The 2K community highly opinionated. Our expectations for basketball gaming are set super high, which is why, in my opinion, NBA 2K25 is such a huge disappointment. The rumblings for NBA 2K25 have been heard throughout the entire NBA 2K community, from competitor to casual. And although I love the effort, innovations, and ideas to make up for where 2K is lacking, the fact is the NBA 2K community will not accept just anything. The fact is we expect a lot out of our basketball gaming experience, especially when it comes to competitor taking a portion of what 2K has delivered. I know a lot of 2K players really just want a competitor on the scene, just so 2K could actually put their best foot forward and deliver what we know they're capable of delivering. In a recent live stream, someone asked, how many employees or how many people do you think actually work on NBA 2K? I remember Ronnie 2K describing 2K headquarters as its own world. That's how large it is. Tons of gameplay engineers, tons of gameplay testers, tons of people just working on NBA 2K, from marketing to development. And the reason why I bring this up is because I have a second gaming channel. It's called AllCity 2, TOO. The link for that second channel will be in the description below for anybody who's interested in gaming industry news. While making content on my second channel, I learned that some of the biggest games, some of the most successful games today are coming from some of the tiniest studios. One game that comes to mind is Expedition 33, created by a real small group of developers. I guess there's a certain passion, a certain level of dedication, an unquenchable thirst, and undeniable hunger to innovate and create a long-standing impact in the gaming community. It just seems like smaller development companies, because they're so small, are still grounded, oftentimes giving them the ability to maintain that connection with just being a gamer. So while developing these games, they prioritize the player, the entirety of the player experience, from when they load up the game to when they log off. Development companies like NBA 2K, prioritizing money over everything, keep their games bloated. Monetization is so aggressive that as soon as you load up, on the initial load screen, you're presented with multiple menus to buy something. Ironically, these same tactics are what have shut down other gaming companies. In other genres of gaming communities have shut down complete projects solely for the developer doing maybe half of what 2K does on an annual basis. Why does the 2K community accept this stuff? NBA 2K25 seems like something of a beta project, like as if we're all guinea pigs out here paying top dollar for a game that should be in early access. NBA 2K recently decided to roll over all of their animations, going from motion capture animations to pro play animations. NBA 2K26 should be the finalization of pro play. But during this process, can you believe that we paid top dollar for 2K to deliver us a product that's halfway finished? We all know 2K is heavily animation based. Without the animations, NBA 2K is nothing. But the animations is exactly what 2K is replacing, and we're paying this amount of money for a product that's still currently being processed. Over the last few years, NBA 2K25's gameplay has seemed slow and clunky. In that regard, NBA 2K25 the worst of the bunch, just a year before the finalization of pro play animations. All the while, NBA 2K continues to break sales records, and one of their main tools for increasing sales is marketing pro play. play, marketing how many new animations NBA 2K players get. Because the reality to me seems more like a game that vacillates between motion captured animations and video captured animations, pro play. A game that seems so slow and clunky that we could see the transition between pro play and motion capture as we're in game. We could see the transitions of these animations, the differences in speeds. Basically a project that's under maintenance that's being sold to us as something shiny and new. Imagine if other gaming companies had the opportunity to be as successful as NBA 2K, selling their early access games, selling their beta projects. The reason why I'm bringing this stuff up is because I find it to be a huge problem in the gaming industry, and it seems to be why smaller studios are able to better connect with gaming communities. We need the gaming companies of our favorite games to be connected with their audience. We need these gaming companies to understand their players. In that regard, I want to reference this last post, a comment left on one of Compete Gaming's videos, the developer that I showed you guys in the clip earlier. As there's multiple games on the Compete Gaming platform, Lotus sent out this post saying, don't try to rush the basketball game, the basketball feature. Please take your time, get the animations down, really show us your passion. The creator of Compete responded saying, I agree, animations, they're critical. It all starts with a mind state. Do you guys think Compete Gaming has what it takes to compete with the Goliath that is 2K? That remains to be seen, but as long as there's gameplay developers out there that are still even considering giving it a shot, out there keeping 2K on their toes, maybe NBA 2K will get back to basketball, because right now they're just looking like salesmen. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join the AllCity 2K Discord. The link will be in the description below. Find players and get runs now. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.